All right, good morning. Some of us slept spectacularly and some of us slept less spectacularly, but I was one of the good ones. Getting a later start this morning, but we don't have near as far to go. We did a lot of miles yesterday. We don't have near that far. We're actually gonna go hike like a mile up to Mr. Bubbles, soak for a little bit, hike back, we'll gather camp, and then we'll head on down. So we gotta cross this river again, and then we'll have to cross it again, and then we'll have to cross it again. And then I'll do a little tour of the camp before we go. Having this little hot springs over here has been awesome because I washed my face in it this morning, washed my socks in it, and it's like 100-degree water. Smells like Yellowstone. I don't believe you want to get in that one.
No, it's warmish.
Holy crap, I don't know what's... I don't know what those were, but there's lots of them. This one here I didn't know was it almost seems like it's erupting. It's not just steaming. And maybe it just does this all the time, but it's spewing. Well, we found what we were looking for. Water pouring in. There is the infamous Mr. Bubbles.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen in YouTube land, here is Clay on the trail in Mr. Bubbles saying this is the most luxurious thing he has ever felt in his life.
And there are some spots in here that are just plain hot. Like every now and then a burst of water comes up and it's scalding.
There we go.
Oh, spectacular. Whew.
All right, there's Clay, Tina, and Steph here at Mr. Bubbles, enjoying the spa treatment. Things are looking up for them. Absolutely.
All right, we soaked for a little bit and I did a little walkabout. Yep, there's all like, pool's kind of weird because you'll be sitting there and you'll go blast the cold water and blast the hot water and then like some really super hot water and then cold. And if you get this close and don't come here, you have properly missed out. That was excellent, especially yesterday. Like I said, we did a whole lot of miles yesterday and everybody's stiff and sore, and that was just the ticket. Now we're gonna go back to our camp and head on down to the next campsite. When I have all my stuff with me, I'll let you know what it is, but it's one of the top Ford campsites when you hit the meadow, at the very top of the meadow. So right before the switchbacks to drop down to campsite 91, there's a little offshoot trail, and we didn't know where it went to, but I mean, here it is. All right, guys, I'll just give you a quick view of our camp. We had our tent set up right down here. Dan and Tina were over here. And I did notice over here in the trees was another spot if you were kind of by yourself. A decent spot anyway. Or had more than 2 tents to set up. And then through here, you know, if you're using good inflatable pads, it doesn't really matter. This is another couple of tents worth of spots. There's a lot of tree roots and stuff, but like I said, if you're wearing or using a good pad, well, the old 1/2-inch thick Thermarest didn't quite cut it, but the new 3-inch ones are good. We got our water left to pull. There's the bear hang pole. And there was another tent site that was good. I want to say over here. I'd have to go find it again. And no good camp tour is complete without showing you the toilet. Kind of up on the hill here, out of the way. A little bit of coverage, but nothing fancy. This one didn't have a lid on it, so all the tree sap from the pine needles this spring is kind of got to peel yourself off of it. But anyway, that's this camp. It's a great camp. It was supposed to have a bridge, and when we crossed over this time, we couldn't find it the first time. We've since have found the bridge. Unfortunately, the high waters washed it, or they've pulled it. I don't know what they do here. And it's all up against the shore. So there is a bridge here. It's just not in place where it's actually usable. So, pretty awesome camp. Lots of tent places. Lots of good tent places. And over, I've shown it before, where all the mossy looking stuff is coming off the hill down into the river. That'll scald you, but when it mixes with the river, you can do your laundry and wash your dishes and your face in like proper bath water. So, all right, so this is as of July, I think it's the 17th, it's a Tuesday, whatever that makes it. That is the bridge to cross this upper one. So the bridge to campsite 91 and the crossing at Three Forks, bridge is out. We ended up crossing right here. It's like knee deep and pretty swift, but we all made it. Dan crossed a little further down. I don't know if his was as deep because it's a little wider, but it's still running. So anyhow, just an FYI. So we're just below the Three Rivers crossing, or the Three Rivers, Three Forks, something. It's the Ferris Fork, the Gregg Fork, and the Phillips Fork all come together there. Comes down pretty fast up above us here, and there's a lot of cascades and whitewater. Down here it's mellowed. We're still seeing elk tracks, but that's really all that we've seen. Animal-wise anyway, but haven't seen the animal, just the tracks. I wear Xero shoes. It's Xero. They're minimalist, whatever, barefoot shoes. And I just decided today we had to cross the river to go to Mr. Bubbles, to come back from Mr. Bubbles, to leave the campsite. Then we came over and the other bridge is out. We have to cross it, and then there are two proper fords of the main river. Oh, see, there's some pretty water cascades. Anyway, I have a pair of, I think they're Daylight Fusion hikers. They're just tennis shoes that aren't waterproof. And then I bought a pair of their water shoes. And today I just put my socks on and put my water shoes on. They're like walking in my other shoes, except I'm just walking through water. I didn't even roll my pant legs up. I know I'm going to be wet before the end of the day. But these pants dry so fast, they're dry everywhere but where my socks are hitting them. Yeah, it's hot. Like you can, yeah, feel it for sure. Oh.
Yeah, it's all up here, look. And there's more steam. I gotta film. I'm gonna video this.
All right, let me sneak past you then. I don't know how hot these pools are, but you can feel the heat coming off of them. You see the steam coming off that one. See the water pouring out here, it's hot. Oh, and there's the ranger station. I was contemplating walking over to it, but I don't know. But I guess I'm already wet. Have to see how bad the river looks. And I think there's two campsites on that side. So this doesn't look too horribly deep, and it's not too far across, and I love touring the ranger cabins. All right, I may have lied about the not too deep part. That was mid-thigh, but not horrible. But these little cabins are backcountry cabins. What a cool job. Maybe someday. Just cruise from site to site, check on people, have somewhere like this to stay overnight. I don't think they've come and checked this stuff out. All the stuff's still put away for winter. Anyway, usually there's a restroom somewhere and other facilities. Anyhow, that was a whole lot of nothing for nothing. Oh, that water's warm. There must be a spring right there because it's not warm right here. No, it's gonna get deep again right here. Anyway, that wasn't too bad. A little deeper in that spot, but not horrible. I just didn't let my group know I was going this way, and I want to keep up with them.
Oh boy, it's not warm.
Little Chilean. Yeah, I mean, there's some boards down there, some logs down there, but you're going to get wet crossing them. This is just the day of wet. All right. Phew. Here's it. Yeah, there's a spot right here. You'll make it. So we just passed the campsite, and I don't remember if it's 9D0 or 9B0, but just below the ranger station, the cabin. I started to go back into it to look at it, but man, I hiked like, it was a long ways in, and I never found the camp. We have enough hiking to do, so I came back out. But just give you an idea. There's a lot of thermally stuff up top and some real cool cascades and fast moving water, and you get down here and it's just a hike through the trees. And that is quite the cascade. Yeah. Okay, we've made it to the, I think it's the Upper Fork campsite. 9B8. Not our stop, but I always like to look. I mean, this one's close to the trail. There's the bear hang kitchen area. Allowed to have fires here. The last several you haven't. Oh, and there's a cool little waterfall in the background. Looks like the tent site here. And that would soothe you to sleep at night. So it's not bad. There's a tent site there, but you'd have to move a tree. But it's pick-upable. And another tent spot there. So this one has several. Very nice. But it's that far off the trail, if you can see my group there. I just think it's later in the day. Oh yeah, this one's a deep one. A proper river crossing. Well, they were saying that, figuring that these crossings would be 2 to 3 foot deep. There's my knees. This isn't, this is as deep as the ranger station one. There's a big old log jam there, but man. Yeah. The problem with crossing log jams is if you fall in the river. You may as well have just got your knees wet, not your whole body wet. Then if you do make it, then it wasn't really that big of a deal, but it's not that hard. That feels pretty good though. I'm gonna stand here for a minute. Oh, I think it feels good.
It's a little chillier the further up you go.
Okay, we found campsite 9B7. We'll go peek at it and see what it looks like. Another one that's not too far off the trail. Here's your bear hang and kitchen. Looks like people have been tenting right there. Back in the fire area. Man, they're not tenting too far from camp. Maybe there's some further out this way. Yep, bathroom. Ah, here's a better tent site. A couple of them. These aren't bad sites.
There you go. Woo.
Okay, I got a big step ahead of me.
Oh, that is not.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry,
There's
these rocks.
nothing.
The rocks are slippery, guys.
Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, I'm getting my pants washed.
Well, I mean, there is that. Stay up. I know. This rock is super slick and I got to get around it. Like I can't get on it. Okay, let me get over it and then I'll bring you to me. Okay, I got you.
Right there is big flat, super slippery.
Come on,
rock.
keep going. They'll find it. Got it? Okay. Well, it's about that deep right there. Whew. We started at Old Faithful yesterday. Stayed up by Mr. Bubbles, and we're going to go down, then go up to Denunda Falls, and then over to Union Falls, and then out.
Would you like some water?
You know what? I have plenty, though. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What side are you headed to? Yeah. Yeah, the bridge is like the are you going up by past Three Forks? Or the Three River Junction thing?
I'm not too sure.
Do you know what your campsite is?
9B8.
I don't think you're going up as far as we did. Because the bridges are out in campsite 91 and then the Three River Junction there. The bridges are all out, so we've been crossing rivers all day. This is by far the deepest, though. So it's this deep right there. It's that deep. So you guys are all going to get wet. So we finally, this is the first people we've seen the whole trip. There was that group of 10. They were at the other side of the crossing. They said they were from Jackson Hole. And then the lower Ford camp, I don't remember the number, there was a bunch of dudes there. So I didn't go into that campsite. It's a good waterfall when there's that much water coming up out of the ground. Proper water. I think there's going to be a better view spot down below, but maybe not. So there's a short, like 300-foot trail off the main trail to here, and man, upper and lower Collinade Falls. All right, 2 more hikers there. Headed up to the Lower Ford campsite. There's been a lot of raspberry plants and currant bushes and lots of other stuff. There's starting to be some flowers on the raspberries, but we haven't seen anything on anything else. I saw some red through the distance, and I thought, oh man, we're going to get some raspberries, but they were not raspberries. They were berries off some tree looking thing anyway. I don't think they're edible, and I didn't try one. This is one of, if not, the prettiest hike I've ever done. It's just been amazing. The waterfalls and the river and the cascades. All right, we're out of the canyon. I don't know if it's proper out of the canyon, but pretty close. Way out there in the distance is Ouzel Falls. I think that's how you say it anyway. I thought it'd be cool to hike to it, but I am beat, and you can see it from here, so even better. Well, we're coming out of the canyon. Came out of the canyon. Pretty easy walking, but after 17 miles yesterday or 9 something today, the Nat Geo map I had showed it was supposed to be like between 12 and 13 yesterday, and 7 to 8 today. But we're in the last mile. I think we have 1.4 miles to go as this last stretch, if the mileage is right, and we're a little into it. But everybody has run out of poop. We stopped and made water before we left the river, which was good. Everybody pounded about a half a liter. Whew. But we should be popping out into the meadow here pretty soon. When we do, our campsite is right close there. Well, we are starting to change terrain once again. This is the upper part of the Bechler Meadows. We'll take the good. You get out of the trees so you get a little wind, but you also get the sun. Okay, these are old, but that is the pad and toes of a canine. There's some wolf tracks up here. They're not fresh by any means, but they're big. That's the first sign of something exciting we've seen. They're said they're not fresh, but That might be the other part of our party. They hiked in today from the ranger station.